Once upon a time, in the heart of Whisperwood, where streams hum forgotten tunes, lay a secret known only to the wind, a place called the Sunken Glade. This was the home of Finian, a collector not of nuts and seeds, but of wonders. His collection was full of lost things, a stone that hummed with a secret song, a wing that held a rainbow, each one filled with potential.
It's clutter, Finian. You can't eat a bottom.
Then Finian replied, "It's not for eating, Barnaby. It's for wondering. It's potential." But as the days grew shorter, a gloom would settle over the hollow. Finian dreamed of finding something to bring back the light. It was then that he overheard a legend of a momentary light and an impossible treasure. A spark ignited in Finian's chest.
"Barnaby, I'm going to the Sunken Glade."
Then Barnaby said,
"Able not. It's too deep in the woods. There are bramble patches that could swallow you whole."
Finian pleaded.
"But the legend says it holds a real treasure, something that could make the whole winter bright."
Seeing that unshakable hope, Barnaby sighed, a sound like skittering leaves. Then Barnaby grumbled, "Fine, but I'm coming with you." Their journey was an adventure in itself. They squeezed through thorny shortcuts only a mouse could manage, and cleared fallen branches only a badger could move. Someone had to make sure potential didn't get permanently lost. They tiptoed past the snoozing stones, giant boulders that were said to grumble if you woke them, and at last they arrived. Below them lay the Sunken Glade, waiting in shadow. Finian held his breath, and then it happened. A single golden shaft of light pierced the darkness, and the very earth began to shimmer. They weren't jewels or gold, but something far more magical. They were beans, Finian whispered. Wonder beans. But from the edge, Barnaby felt a prickle of unease. Then Barnaby said, "Be careful, Finian. Magic that grows that easily is rarely simple." They returned to Tangleroot Hollow, just as the first cold evening drafts were beginning to snake through the tunnels. "I brought something." With everyone watching, he chose a large pot of soil and planted the bean that pulsed like a captured sunrise. Instantly, a shoot spiraled out of the earth. It grew impossibly fast, and a collective gasp of delight filled the hole. The orbs brightened and brightened until the entire hole was bathed in a warm, gentle light. The gloom vanished. Finian's chest swelled with pride. He had brought the sun underground. Encouraged by his success, Finian planted the second bean, the one that looked like a tiny galaxy held in your palm. From this bean grew a twisting, silvery vine that climbed the walls and ceiling of the home. Tangleroot Hollow had never been more beautiful. The crowd cheered, their voices echoing in the bright hall.
"One more! One more!"
A little drunk on the magic in the adoration, Finian forgot Barnaby's cautious words. He took out the last bean and planted it with a grand flourish. The effect was immediate and explosive. A massive, shimmering pink cloud filled the hall, smelling of wild strawberries and fizzy lemonade. At first, there were a few chuckles. Then, the chuckles turned into deep, rolling waves of laughter. It was wonderful for about a minute. Then, the laughter became uncontrollable. The bakers couldn't knead their dough. The nut sorters couldn't hold their nuts. The joy had curdled into chaos. The beautiful sunbloom began to flicker. The floating stars started to dim. The hollow was brought to a complete standstill. Finian looked around in horror. This wasn't happy potential. It was a disaster. Guilt washed over him, cold and heavy. Finian cried, "Barnaby, what do I do?" "What, Finian? You always see the hidden purpose in things. Don't look at it as a problem to stop. Look at it as a thing to work with." His words struck Finian. Work with it. He wasn't just a collector of lost things. He was a finder of hidden potential. He looked at the chaos. Then he remembered his collection. He dashed to his nook. He returned with his simple, smooth, grey stone. He listened to its quiet, steady hum.
That's what was missing. Everyone, listen! We don't need to stop laughing. We need to laugh together. Finian commanded the drummers. Tap a beat, a slow, steady beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then he went to the songbirds, instructing them. Sing on the beat. Every time the drum hits, you chirp. Slowly, miraculously, it began to work. By focusing on the shared rhythm, the wild energy calmed and transformed into a great giggle symphony. The pink mist drew inward, forming a single beautiful object, a large crystalline flower that emitted a gentle, happy chuckle. Barnaby rumbled, a proud smile on his face. Your clutter just saved us all, little friend. I think I finally understand potential. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel for further amazing stories. See you in the next Adventura story.